Hello, this is Sorian. I usually am trying to look into the camera, but this one I'm actually reading a script. So you'll see me looking away most of the time. Just as a response to the self-ownership challenge. And I have to say that I disagree with the ideas presented. Disagree almost entirely. Maybe in an idealized utopia, your ideas might have some basis in reality. But here and now, where we are just 2% away from throwing our shit on each other, nothing you say really has any basis in reality. First, you're saying that personal property is fine, yet collective property is not. I'm sorry, I find that somewhat incongruent. Either property is property or it's not. You also seem to be missing the idea that areas may be arbitrary, but those arbitrary areas contain resources. Resources that are required for our survival, both individually and as a species. Land is not some esoteric concept that has been corrupted by evil states. When there were few humans and a lot of area, the hunter-gatherer model of resource management worked well. As the population increased and the unmanaged land could not support all the people, there was the invention of agriculture, society, static cities, and ultimately the greatest advance of all, specialization. Thus the state is not immoral, but with the population as it is, an absolute requirement for the continuation of the species. Individual states can be immoral, but the concept of government is not. The state does hold an area by force, by threat of violence. How else can they? The people who break the laws of that area must be dealt with, and other states that wish to invade that area must be dealt with. Because that area has resources that other states and that individuals would like to exploit for their personal gain at the detriment of others. Thus, government's main purpose is twofold. First, to protect its resources for the people living in the area, and second, to guarantee contracts between citizens for a peaceful and mutually beneficial exchange and flow of resources. No man is an island. No one person can truly be free of everyone else, or government, and have real self-ownership. Sure, you can exist by yourself, isolated, but even that, you still depend on others. The knowledge of others have gained through specialization. We are all dependent on each other for our very survival. I believe in social contract. I find it a very valid way to balance the needs of the individual and the needs of the species. I'm not talking about a greater good, other than just humanity continuing to be human. I also believe that all class-based strife is artificially created or artificially inflated for the personal gain of a few individuals. I'm sorry, but to me your video smacks of self-righteousness, of enjoying the great benefits society has created while decrying society immoral. It's like gorging yourself on a buffet all the time bitching about how bad the food is. I declare your challenge to be immoral and the principles detrimental to the continued survival of humanity.